Hey up everyone, welcome back to the Rugby League History channel. Tonight I'm going to be reviewing Parramatta's round 10 match against Manly Warringah at Brookfield Oval. So we lost this match 22 points to 18 tonight at Brookfield Oval. In the first half, right off the kick-off, first set of six, one of the first tackles of the game, George Jennings, who had come into the side to replace Blake Ferguson, and let's just be fair, I'm not a George Jennings lover. I'm not a fan of him. I don't think that he should have been in the team yet. I think he should have been kept well away from the team. Anyways, he loses the ball on the first carry. Manly go down the end of the field and score a try. And then for the next 15 minutes, we were just under siege from Manly. We hardly had the ball. When we did, we were doing daft things with it. Dylan Brown kicked the ball out on the full. And then Manly scored a try through Danny Levi, which was disallowed because he was tackled and then did the second movement. And then the second try came when Daly Cherry Evans just runs straight through Dylan Brown and Sean Lean untouched. I mean, they didn't even stick out a hand or an arm or an out like that. They just let him score underneath the post. I think this was more of a Sean Lean fault in this try than a Dylan Brown fault. And then the following set of six, Manly go down the other end and score another try, this time through Danny Levi, who for some reason, whenever he plays against us, he always plays his best game of the year. Even when he was at Newcastle, the same thing happened. I don't know whether we did something to him as a child or what it was, but for some reason he just loves playing against us and loves scoring tries. Once again, that was the fault of Sean Lean. He fell asleep at the marker there, and Danny Levi crossed over. Now with Sean Lean, I know that he used to play for Manly. He's probably got mates still at Manly, but look, that doesn't give you the excuse to slack off and let two easy tries in like that. And then right before half time, we actually got some possession going. We got some sets going, and then we scored a try through Michael Jennings in the corner. Then, with about a minute to go before the break, Manly scored a try through Joel Thompson. Now, this is my opinion and my opinion alone, but I don't think that that was a try. I think that he missed the ball, and it's actually what's made it look like he's grounded it as it's hit his thigh. So he's gone to dive for the ball. He's kind of missed it with his hands, bounced it, but with his thigh behind it, it's kind of looked like he's put pressure on the ball when he hasn't. So I wasn't particularly happy with that. The try was given. The on-field decision was a try. So even with the video, it's very hard to overturn that. So going into the break, we were down 22 points to 4. Going into the second half, first set of six, we lose the ball through Reid Marnie. And then Manly, in the following set, nearly scored another try, but with a good covering defence from Clint Gutherson, it didn't happen. And then for the next, you could see 20 to 30 minutes, both sides just couldn't hold on to the ball. Manly would get a set, they'd lose it. We'd get a set, we'd lose it, or we'd do something daft. And then Moses Sully from Manly got injured, and a few other players went down, and then the mistakes continued. And then we almost scored a try to get back into the match through Regan Campbell-Gillard, but he knocked the ball on over the line. And then with Moses Sully coming back on the field with that injury, I think we really should have targeted that side of the field. We kept going to the right-hand side of the field when we should have been going to the left-hand side of the field where Moses Sully was. Then, with about, you can see, 15 minutes to go, we got a stroke of luck through Wonga Blake. Now, I believe that this was a try. The on-field decision was a try. I didn't actually celebrate the try initially. I didn't even cheer Wonga Blake as he was running away, because with these 90-metre tries these days, no matter what happens, they always go back to the bunker. Now, some people have kind of said that it was a strip ball, but you can kind of see Marty Tapau looking to try to throw that ball, trying to offload it. And I think at exactly the same moment he tried that, Wonga Blake's got the ball. And Wonga Blake ended up scoring that try. Then we got another try through Michael Jennings, which was actually, I think, probably our best try of the night. It was a good set move. And then right on full time, we scored another try through George Jennings to make it 22 points to 18. If Clint Gutherson would have kicked straight tonight, who knows, we could have won that match. Now, I'm not particularly annoyed at the fact that we lost this match, because I think, looking at both halves that we played, I think Parramatta, even though we played really poorly, this was probably our worst match of the year so far. I think even though we played poorly, we almost beat Manly. And if this is going to be our worst performance, then I reckon even if we would have played average, even if we weren't as poor as what we were tonight, I think we would have beaten Manly. I think for the Manly supporters out there, it's good for them that they got a win. But if I was a Manly fan, I wouldn't be pleased with that match. They were kept scoreless in the second half, and they looked pretty ordinary. I think this match was won in the first 15 minutes when Manly just went quick fire, couple of tries, and then after that, both sides really scrapped, and it wasn't a really pretty game to watch. I think some of the Parramatta players tonight had some of their worst games since joining the club. Reid Marnie dropped the ball about 3 or 4 times, and he threw a forward pass once or twice. Sean Lean was pretty ordinary in defence. George Jennings, besides that try at the end, but let's face it, anyone could have really scored that try. I think he wasn't particularly good tonight. Jai Field was a passenger. I think Clint Gutherson was alright at times. He pulled off some good plays. Micah Sivo was pretty quiet. I'd say the two best players on the field for us tonight were Michael Jennings and Wonga Blake. Both of them played quite well in defence and attack. I'd probably give the Parramatta man of the match to Michael Jennings. He got 2 tries, and he looked probably our best threat going forward. As I said, this was our worst match of the year. I guess we're going to learn from this match. There's a few young'uns in the team, and there's a few other players that they've been sort of coasting through the year, win after win, and this has kind of brought everything back down to earth. Now, we're still top of the table at the moment on for and against. I still think that we look like a top 4 team. I think we can still meet the top 4, but we can't keep playing like this every week. It was very ugly to watch tonight, and I think maybe 1 or 2 of the players tonight could possibly be dropped for next week. Who knows? I think Sean Lean should be looking over his shoulder, especially after his performance tonight. So that's my review for the round 10 Parramatta Eels match against Manly Warringah. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, click that like button. If you're enjoying the channel and the content that I'm making, click that subscribe button so you get an email when I do a new video. As always, everyone, catch us all later and enjoy the Rugby League tomorrow. Alright, ta-ra.